Hi, and welcome, Sea Rockers. Today we are going to make this resin and pigment ocean with waves. Join me and let's dive in. Well, today's ingredients list will be this little tray. It's about 14 inches and a variety of different pigments and mica powders from my favorite vendors. And then, of course, our other favorite from resin from Moss Epoxies. Now, isn't this tray so cute? I found it at Target. Anyway, I went ahead and got it all leveled and ready. And then I'm going to take these metallic paints and I'm going to paint the background of our tray just in case it shows through. So next is getting our epoxy resin ready. I have to tell you something. I did cheat a little bit. I wiped a little bit of that paint off to get kind of a beachy look. The first pigment I'm going to use is called In the Navy by Mermaid Trash. I love the name Mermaid Trash. It's so classic. Anyway, I'm putting a couple drops into my resin that is ready. And then I'm also going to add some mica powder. Mica powder is awesome. I love it. It has some great shimmer and dimension. And I'm all about the bling, you know? Um, anyway, it's by Primal Studios, Primal Flow, Primal Studios. Anyway, believe they primarily do pouring paint now. But anyway, let me show you this cool tip. So once you get it mixed up, pull your stick out and look to see. Can you see the stick through there? That means that you don't have very much color or pigment in there. So I'm going to add a little more because I don't want my color to be so transparent. And that's the reason I painted the background, is just in case if I got it too transparent, it wasn't obvious to me. It just all preference. And you can see here how that one drop made a difference. It's a little darker, but I'm not quite satisfied. So I'm gonna put a little more in. And now we're ready for the second color blue. I'm using Eye Candy Pigments Okinawa Blue and Primal Pigments Aruba. And both of these are a mica powder, and I'm actually going to mix the two to create my own custom color. And now we need something to make those white waves white. This is a product by Cast and Craft. It's an opaque white pigment, and you put a few drops in. Again, you'll get to the point where you know your own recipe. And Moss Epoxies also makes an opaque white pigment that they sell in their ocean resin line. And I've tried it and have it as well. Then just mix it up and again use the same concept of getting the coverage that you want by using the stick as a guide. And I did reserve some of our clear epoxy resin for a little later in the project. And now we're ready for that first blue layer. You're just gonna pour it right over the darker blue paint that you painted on in the beginning. And then after that, the second blue. Now, this one we won't put all the way to the edge. We're going to stop kind of where that sandy line is, because over that, we're going to put some clear. Then just spread things out, being careful on your edges. And then you're going to kind of mix the two blues however you want. You can mix them a lot, or you can mix them a little. You can make it blend whichever way you like. After that, we're going to add our clear right there over what I'm calling what would be the beach. And you're just going to fill in that space. And again, you're going to blend your lines a little bit and just be careful that you don't splatter up on the sides. Again, it's all preference and how creative you want to get. Okay, here's the fun part. The ocean, the ocean wave. So we have our white pigment, and you get to draw how you want your wave to look. Now, to get these waves to look more like waves, we have to blow them out with a heat gun. I use this Wagner heat gun. I think you can find it on Amazon, or any other heat gun should work fine. I'm warming up the resin so it'll move, and then I'll start blowing upwards to create the waves. Now, I wanted a little more of a defined line on this particular wave, so I went in and I'm adding some more. And then I'll do the exact same thing. I'll take the heat gun and blow those waves upward. And after I get this the way I want it, then I'm going to take a 91% isopropyl alcohol and give it a little spritz, and it helps bring out those cells with the heat. After about 20 minutes, I'll check it once more for bubbles and then put it to bed. Here we are, 24 hours later. Look how pretty and shiny that first wave is. I'm going to add in the Navy by Mermaid Trash, just one little drop of pigment into my resin that's ready. And I'm going to make that one wave in the back, just like this. And I'll kind of make the line how I want it to go with this resin. And then I'll just fill it in just like this. After the colored pigment goes down, I'm going to take some clear resin and make a line right at the edge. And then right next to that, or on top of that clear resin, usually right next to it, is going to go the white pigment, which is going to be for our waves. What's going to happen is that white pigment's going to float right on top of the clear onto the blue. The clear resin helps the white resin move over the top of the blue. Kind of like a slip and slide for your white. Once you're happy with that, then you're just going to blow out your waves until your desired effect is achieved. After about 20 minutes, I go back in with the torch and get any last bubbles that have popped up. And then it's ready to go back to bed. Here we are, next day, ready for the reveal. And there she is. Oh, she turned out so pretty. Love how the blue and the white and the sandy beach all kind of contrast together. It's perfect. So happy, no bubbles either, which, cross our fingers, was great. Something like this I might use on a vanity or collects your keys or things at the front door. But it's a win, definitely a win. Let's take it outside. Oh, look at the metallic paint and the mica powders and the pretty white waves, all with our cells. It just turned out so perfect. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed yourself and perhaps maybe learned something, or maybe you were just inspired. I invite you to join the Sea Rocker family. And you can do that by subscribing, liking, and sharing with your salty friends. And of course, it helps me put out more content. The more you like, the more I make. So, and don't forget, follow me on my other social media platforms. And thanks for watching. Till next time, go beach or go home.